Welcome everyone, welcome to a new update, and some altcoins are waking up while Bitcoin is consolidating. That's most likely what we're expecting here, in which Bitcoin might be bottomed out, and then from that perspective altcoins will be starting to wake up, and in the coming period will just be doing better and better. What's going to happen on Bitcoin? We're going to discuss that in this update. Do not forget to subscribe beneath and also like this YouTube update, or comment if you want to see some special content. Let's get to the charts, in which we know that Bitcoin is still acting in that range low support. That is still showing that we are at support, we are still making lower highs, lower lows, and we are still rejecting this 35k barrier. This is a very important resistance zone that we can't be breaking upwards yet, meaning that we are looking for a higher low that can actually complete our bullish divergence. So we are looking for that higher low. We are looking for a little bit more consolidation here, because this entire region at 35k is a very critical breaker, and if that is going to break, I think we're going to accelerate quite fast towards 38 and possibly even towards the next high, which is around 40.5. So in general, this is the entire range that we are acting in, and if we are going to zoom in some more, we can see that we are rejecting at the very critical support zone. Then next, we can also argue or see that we've got a critical area that I preferably want to see sustained support, otherwise we are going to have another low test here again. This is the entire range around 31.5 to 32k. Preferably, I want to see that sustain as support, as that is the critical support that we have been bounced on twice already, and you can see that that was the final breaker before we started to nosedive. We can also see in a lower time frame that we are making lower highs, lower lows, in which we most likely are going to test here again, and then we also want to see previous support levels become support again. So you want to see a similar structure here, and then we are ready to go. Or we are going to test 35k again if we break through 33.5, as that is the final lower high. But at this stage, a little bit more consolidation seems inevitable before we can finally start breaking out of this downtrend, which does not look too bad at this stage. If we are cracking this downtrend, I'm very happy, or expecting at least 38k to be tested, meaning that altcoins will start to wake up a little bit, in which Cardano is the first one doing pretty fine at this stage. Cardano is holding support. It lost the entire structure, but we are holding this entire support here. And currently Cardano is facing a resistance zone, and most likely most of you are going to be happy or eager to long Cardano at this stage. But as you can see in this chart, we are facing resistance, so that doesn't mean that you're looking for a long entry on Cardano at this stage at all. You can see that we've bounced many times on this level before we started to nosedive through it. So this entire region here around Cardano is maybe even a short entry if you want to scalp, in which your stop is placed above this recent high, and you take profits for this short are on the levels that are tested on the downside. So if we are going to have another downwards drop on Bitcoin in which we test lower levels, I think we can also see a similar structure on Cardano before we can finally start breaking out. So longing Cardano at this stage is not the wisest thing to do if you want to trade on it, especially given the fact that we're currently facing resistance. If we do flip this level, the support resistance flip is definitely something that you should be looking at. But in general, the structure on altcoins are showing that they want to bounce back after Bitcoin finished or is done with the correction or the downwards momentum. So what we see here is that Cardano lost a very important level on the Bitcoin pair and started to fall south, testing another support level, breaking back up, now also in resistance on this level here. So I'm not assuming that we can continue running at all with Cardano. Would be very happy though if we can see that. But overall, I'm assuming that we can test this lower region here for a support resistance flip once again, and then we can start continuing the momentum towards the range highs again, as the next resistance zone is found around 4.5k sats. Ethereum against Bitcoin is currently still I've got the wrong one here, but it's still acting inside support. As we can see, it's barely holding on here, in which it doesn't show much strength, and you preferably want to see that happening. You can see that this is the support zone that we're acting in. I have to make it green. That is the final hurdle before we can start falling down some more. So at this stage, Ethereum against Bitcoin is showing a downtrend, lower highs, lower lows. The next area of support is around 0.45. That is probably one of the best entries that you could be getting, but right now we are still acting inside support. We might be getting a higher low here. If we do get it, then big break it to the upside has to happen, in which we break through 0.6 Bitcoin, and preferably even 0.63 Bitcoin. So as a conclusion of this update, Bitcoin is consolidating. We have to break through 33.5, the last hurdle, which is this entire region here. We have to crack 33.6 in order to generate a bullish structure once again. If that fails to hold on and we test the low again but bounce back, we might be granting ourselves continuation to the upside, and then we most likely run to 38k, and then Ethereum and all the other altcoins are eager to follow suit. That's the update of today. I'll see you again tomorrow, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and don't forget to subscribe.